Hey, okay guys, so hate speech, chapter 10, chapter 9, hate speech. Okay, Gunther. The most, what does it say for Gunther? Okay, so Gunther, and it says the argument against the Stanford Code. The most important part of free speech is the ability to hear what doesn't want to be heard. Instead, limiting it should be more open because it improves diversity. All right, so that's part one. Okay, now Dershowitz, first name unknown. I don't know his first name. Inconsistencies of the PC position. PC means politically correct. And that inconsistency is that speech codes stifle freedom of speech and limit discussion of ideas. Being politically correct also limits the ability to discuss serious issues. Okay, that's the inconsistencies of Dershowitz's politically correct position. Yeah, it's recording, don't worry. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now Lawrence, second sight. Second sight is Zach said it best. You are forced to see yourself through the dominant perspective of society. And an example of that would be if you were African American and you were living in a racist society, you would be forced to see yourself through their perspective. Right.
Because the idea is that you obviously have your own self-interpretation, but that you understand yourself through the concepts of the dominant society. So this is a concept developed by W.E.B. Du Bois, arguing that, as an African American, say 1900, he's also forced to understand himself within a set of concepts that see him as a problem, that devalue him, and that fundamentally leads to these difficulties in personal identity. And so he's going to argue that allowing hate speech creates a similar kind of situation.
What did he say? Put it so eloquently. Okay, and now the second part, the alternative reading of Brown versus Board of Education, is that it restricts the kind of speech public institutions can convey. It's pretty much the basic premise of his reading of it. And the third part that Jeff is still writing down for you guys is how allowing hate speech actually undermines the First Amendment, and that there are three parts to it. The first part is that it creates a culture of fear. The second part is that it creates psychological damage. And the third part is that it limits educational opportunities, and in doing so, it restricts free speech from those being discriminated against.
What's the third one again?
The third one is that it limits educational opportunities. It's right here.
Oh, yeah.
The third one is right here. Well, it limits education, restricts the all that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys.
Yeah. All right.